Let's go over Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now today we will be going over leaked descriptions of The Last Jedi's Forceback vision sequences, so we will be heading into spoilers. You have been warned. Now just a couple of days ago we learned a whole lot more about Maz Kanata and DJ and their scenes thanks to MakingStarWars.net. But aside from them, a lot of articles on the internet talked about these leaked descriptions of The Last Jedi's Forceback vision sequences. Though one day, those articles magically vanished, a lot of Star Wars fans, including myself, are wondering where did they go. And the remnants of those pieces of information lie on Reddit and 4chan right now. So do take this with a pinch of salt. It is very interesting stuff how those articles had to take down this information. Very, very interesting indeed. So let's get right into this and let's go into the descriptions of the Forceback visions. There are a few Forcebacks in The Last Jedi, longer than the ones in The Force Awakens. First happens to Rey. She sees herself saying goodbye to who we assume is her father and going onto a ship with her mom. You don't really see anything of note of the mom. The man that you think is her dad is wearing a rebel pilot uniform like Luke wore on Hoth or in Star Wars. She sees a stone hallway with a young boy, standing at the end of it, crying. The hallways explode as the Knights of Ren destroy it. Sounds of murder. The same boy crying continues and some echoed screams behind. Kylo Ren comes into the scene in his The Force Awakens get up. Briefly sees Snoke in the flesh, but one is from Luke. He's meditating at one point in the film, and he's on Tatooine, hearing the words of Obi-Wan, giving the twisted and evil speech. Now let me stop right there for a second, guys, because we do know that Luke Skywalker will be going back to Tatooine in The Last Jedi as he meditates on his meditation rock. This seems to match up with just that. So let's get right to it more so. He sees the funeral where he burnt his father on Endor, construction of the temple with Leia holding a baby, a few happy moments with a young Ben. Then the attack on his temple. Old Luke is shown visibly discomforted, but he continues his meditation. You see a younger Luke, angry, seeing the rubble of the temple. He sets fire to it himself. He gives something to R2 before leaving. We see an X-Wing fly towards Ahch-To. Then a somewhat younger Luke, still old but looks younger than Hamill in pics so far, walking up the steps like Rey did. The final flashback or forceback is from Kylo. He's in his private quarters, similar to The Force Awakens, talking to Vader's helmet. You see himself with Han as a young boy, sitting in the co-pilot seat of the Falcon. Han has a couple lines, though you don't see his face, just Ben looking up towards the pilot seat. Don't tell your mother. Han's only line when he motions for Ben to try piloting. You then hear Han's line from The Force Awakens, "Come back, we miss you," as it shows Han touching Kylo's face after he's impaled. It ends there, then Kylo crushes his helmet. So, the last piece, how it says Kylo crushes his helmet, tells me that Kylo is going through a vision of his own. So, we also heard this many months ago, that Kylo Ren would have his own Forceback vision sequence, as well as Rey. There will be 2, maybe even 3 of them in this film. It only makes sense for Kylo Ren to go through one to essentially make himself remember who he was, and maybe who he wants to forget, who he once was in the past. That may be why, as said here, as to why he crushes his helmet, because all of that made him very, very angry, remembering those horrible memories of his own, and the fact that he killed his own father. So, guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments section, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.